Hi students, it's Mrs. Porter. I want to talk to you today about using Achieve 3000 to become a better reader. Now, this program is pretty good, that's why we bought it, but you'll only get out of it what you'll put into it. If you're just clicking through things to get them done, it's not going to do you any good. So we're going to start here with the poll. And I'm on Empower 3000, you may be in Teen Biz or Kid Biz, so the look might be just slightly different, but it'll be very similar to this. So I'm going to read this statement and I'm going to decide if I agree or I disagree. I'm going to choose to agree and then I'm going to submit it and go to my email. Now I need to reply to this email and I need to say why I agree or disagree. So I click reply. I need to think about that for a minute and I need to write a good reason and it needs to be written in a complete sentence. Okay, make sure you check your spelling and your punctuation. I'm going to click send. Now that my email's been sent, I can actually enter the article. And here's where things get more serious. When you first go to the article, you may have a box pop up in the middle that shows you your vocabulary words. If you don't have that box pop up, you can find your vocab words at the bottom. Either way, it's very important to pay attention to the vocab words. Most of you just click off of them and ignore them. Read them, look at them. They are words that you may not know. If you just ignore them, you're not likely to understand what you're reading. Take the time to read through the vocabulary words and their definitions. Listen to them being pronounced. It's probably a word that you'll know when you hear it, but you just aren't sure how to read it. So hearing it pronounced will help you learn to read it. Ask questions if you still don't understand the words, or if you come to another word that you don't know when you're reading. If a teacher isn't around, you can look the word up on dictionary.com or some other website that allows you to look up definitions. Once you've looked at the vocabulary, you should actually read the article. This may sound obvious, but some students just glance over the article and then go right on to the activity questions. If you do that, the questions will just show how good you are at guessing, and guessing will not get you very far in life. Becoming a better reader will get you very far in life, and you won't become a better reader unless you actually read. Now, reading well takes some practice too. Listen to the article while you read. If you are at a lower reading level, you may have a button up here at the top that allows you to play and listen to the article as it's being read. Research shows that you'll stay more focused on what you're reading and understand it better if it's entering your brain through your ears as well as your eyes. If you have the play button at the top of your article, use it with a set of headphones and listen to the article while you read along with it. Don't just listen, read along too. You might not have the option of listening to the article and reading along. If I advance this to a higher reading level, there's my vocab words. Now I no longer have that play button at the top. Remember that Achieve 3000 is giving you what you need, so everyone doesn't have the same things. If your reading level is higher, you won't have the option to listen to the article, but you can whisper read. This means that you very quietly read aloud, which allows you to hear it as well as see it, and this will help you stay way more focused and understand what you're reading. Even as an adult and a pretty good reader, I do this when I really need to concentrate on what I'm reading. Next, make sure you think about what you're reading. Have you ever read or experienced anything related to this article before? Think about the poll question you answered in the beginning. Is what you're reading making you think more strongly, or are you changing your mind? Click the little circle arrows under the paragraph and jot some things down to help you remember what you're reading. You can summarize, you can type in some questions you may have, or you can answer what's described here under setting the purpose. This one says, as you read, list any questions raised by the news article. You can see these notes later when you respond to the thought question. I especially recommend that you fill in this box under setting the purpose, because these notes will appear later when you're doing your thought question. Once you've really read the article and given it your full attention, it's time to move to the activity. As you answer these questions, do your very best to answer on your first try. This is the best measure of what you really understood from your reading. Carefully whisper read the question and all the answer choices. Read it again if you aren't sure of the best answer. Use the Refer to the Article button to go back and reread and look for answers as needed. This will pop up the article in another window, and you can resize that and put them side by side so that you can refer back to the article and answer your question correctly. Do not guess. You have everything you need to answer every question correctly. Let's review a few key things that I've said. First, pay attention to the vocabulary words. Don't just skip over them. Second, carefully read the article. Don't skim it. Don't jump straight to the questions. Read it. Whisper read it. Read it more than once if you need to, but truly concentrate on what you're reading. Next, listen while you read along. If you don't have the option to play the article, whisper read it so that you can hear it out loud as well as what you see. Next, think about what you're reading. Stay focused on it. Take notes, especially in the Setting the Purpose section. And finally, refer to the article when you're answering the questions. All the answers are there, you just have to be able to read and understand them. Make sure you're doing your very best on your first answer choice. Here's some things that I want you to remember. You will only get out of Achieve 3000 what you put into it. You have to do the work, and you have to care about becoming a better reader. Next, did you know that you can use Achieve 3000 outside of school? Log in anytime and search for an article that interests you. Or you can do one of the special articles that Achieve 3000 publishes on Saturdays. And finally, ask your teacher for help when you don't know a word or you're not sure what you need to do. You still need that teacher to guide you. Don't let Achieve 3000 do all the work. Turn to your teacher when you need help. I love this quote. There are so many people out there who will tell you that you can't. What you've got to do is turn around and say, "Watch me." I hope that you will be that determined, especially if your reading level is considerably behind grade level at this point. If you need help in becoming a better reader, I hope that you will contact me. You can message me in my Big Campus, send me an email, contact me through Twitter, or leave a voicemail at my phone.